Hey everybody, this is Chris's Construction Corner, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install one of these vanity mirrors for the wife. It's a good project, guys. Let's get started. Well, I've determined my location. It's going to be right over here next to this outlet or this blank plate, and I've noticed that it will not run into the mirror, this other existing mirror, when it's installed right pretty much in between these two. I've determined that that's the good height for the wife, and so let's get started. When we take the mirror apart, on the back side here, we find this clip, and this clip will mount to the wall, and then our mirror will attach to the clip. So let's look at our location here real quick. Our location right here in between these two. So our clip is going to go pretty much right about here, and then the mirror will have all that area right there to swing into. So let's get started. I'm going to use butterfly bolts because I know that a mirror like this is going to get a lot of tugging, so I want to make sure that it's installed correctly. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our clip up on the wall. We're going to use our torpedo level to make sure that it is level, and then we will mark our holes. Okay, we've got our holes marked. Now let's choose our drill bit from our set. What we want is a drill bit that, what a mess. I know that this drill case may look like a big mess, but believe it or not, it's got everything I need in it. The little sizes will never stay in their keepers. They ultimately fall down somewhere down in here. Now, what we've also got is a few tools that are used all the time, and I want them really handy. That's why I keep them right here in my drill bit kit. We've got a like a grinder bit, you might say. We've got a countersink bit used all the time. We've got some hex head bits, some of your most popular sizes right here. That way I don't have to dig through my whole entire toolbox to find those. We've got a couple nail punches. You always need those because inevitably you're going to find that you don't have what you need when you need it. Then we've got some star bits, a couple star bits, an extra Phillips tip, and then of course some of our big size drill bits, and then some of our little ones are just hanging out down in here. But this is actually my good set. This is the set I use all the time. Now today, since we're going to be using butterfly bolts, butterfly anchors, I should say. Our butterfly anchors look like this, okay? And the nice thing about these is something that's going to get tugged on a lot inside the from the outside of the wall. These are going to make sure that we don't rip our mirror right off the wall. To determine the size of hole we're going to need, close this guy down, and basically that right there determines the size of diameter of drill bit that we need for this particular project. Now, I've chosen a drill bit. I do believe that this one's going to work. Now, when you're doing a hole like this, choose a drill bit that's nice and tight, but you can kind of move the drill bit back and forth while you're drilling the hole to make it just the tiniest bit bigger so that the butterfly bolts actually go through the hole, okay? Now, if you know anything about doing something like this, when I drill these holes, I'm going to create quite a bit of drywall dust. It's going to want to fall down here, get on my countertop. It's going to want to go down there on the floor. Of course, I could use my vacuum to clean it up, but let me show you another little trick. The first thing I want to do is take my piece of paper and just fold it in half, just like that. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my big piece of tape, and I'm going to lay it on this piece of paper right here like this, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper with this piece of tape on it, and I'm going to stick it to the wall right over here, okay? Stick it to the wall, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple other little pieces of tape, and I'm just going to put those right here on the edge so that if some sawdust gets in there, it doesn't leak out. It doesn't leak out the corners. Okay, so put that on there like that. Okay, now what we've got is like a little pocket that we just made on the wall, and it's going to catch the sawdust, or it's going to catch the drywall dust. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our drill bit and get started. Okay, here we go. Let's drill our first holes. Okay. See, most of our dust went right inside the little paper that we made there. Okay, now that we've got our pre-hole drilled, we'll move up to our real size bit. Okay, here we go. We're gonna drill our bigger holes now. You can drill it nice and slow, making sure you're not making too much dust, keeping that keep your little envelope open there, catch all your dust. Okay, now we're just gonna kind of remove a little bit of that excess right there before we move on. Move a little bit of that. Let's test one of our anchors. They're just a littlest bit tight, but that's okay. I'd rather have them be a little bit tight than a little bit loose. I'm just verifying that I'm going to be able to get them all in once we get to the next phase. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to take our anchors, each one of them, and we're going to feed them through this plate with the butterfly on the back side. We have to put these on first. We can't put them on later. When I screw them down, I usually screw them till there's just a littlest bit of the threads of the screw sticking out. Let's do that to all 4 of them. Now, what we've got is we've got our plate with 4 butterfly bolts attached to it. Okay, now what we want to do, we can remove our little dust catcher. What we want to do is take this and one at a time, grab one of the butterflies, fold it over, start to push it through the hole. I don't have it all the way in, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one and get that one started a little ways in. Okay, get that one in a little bit. Okay, moving on to another one. Get this one started in a little bit. Okay, and then move on to the last one. Get that one in started just a little bit. Now we've got them all in a little ways. Let's go ahead and push them all the way in. Push them all the way in. So you can tell that they, now, look at that. I can pull on that plate. It's not even going to come, it's not going to come loose. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our cordless drill and we're going to just start to screw a little bit on each plate. Just a little bit on each one. Okay? You have to. You can't just do one. You gotta do them all at the same exact time. So you're gonna do a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Work your way around. The plate just keeps getting tighter. When you're doing it, you don't want it loose. You want to keep it nice and snug. So you're sort of tugging it to yourself as you're tightening down. Now I'm getting closer. You can see the plate getting closer and closer to the wall. And once I get really close to the wall, then I'm going to start to want to look at my level. Okay, I got some little marks there. You may not be able to see them. Got them there. Okay, looks like I'm pretty close. Now I should be able to gently finish off these anchors. Now, as soon as they get snug, just the tiniest bit, I'm stopping. That's all the farther I want to go for now. Now that we've got our plate pretty much installed and we know it's level, take your screwdriver and just gently snug these up a little bit. The nice thing about using the screwdriver is you can really tell how tight they are, whereas when you're using the cordless, it's a little harder to tell exactly how tight they are. You don't want to over tight them, you'll cause it to rip right through. You just want them to be snug. You can go around, snug them all up, kind of like a wheel on a car, kind of just make your way around, checking every single one. Okay, now we've got our plate installed. Now it's time to go ahead and see if we can mount our mirror. The bracket is held on by 4 little tiny screws that go in all 4 sides of the mirror base, which is right here. So ours is going to be mounted right up here like this. So we'll go ahead and stick it on there. Okay, I can move that out of the way, grab one of my little screws, go ahead and put it in the hole. Start to use your fingers to try to try to get it started. Once you get it started with your fingers, then you can grab your screwdriver. And now this is more, if you ask me, this is more screwdriver work than it is cordless drill work. Let's see if we can't, of course we can't get it to start up. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. May have to. It just needed to be adjusted a littlest tiniest bit. Okay. I had to pull that mirror back over because there was too much weight on it. It was pulling the whole base over. It's going right in. So I'm gonna tighten that screw up real quick. Once I get that one in theory, I should be able to let go of the mirror and it shouldn't go nowhere. And then of course I got 3 more screws to put in, 1 on each side. Okay, and that tightened up just a little bit. Okay, let's move on to another one. We'll go ahead and do the bottom one next. Okay, get her kind of started. Get your screwdriver in there. Even if it looks like it's hooking up, I can see it disappearing before my eyes. Not too tight, just till she snugs up. There she is. Okay, look at that. It's already hanging. Another screw. Going over here. Now, if you can't get completely at your screw, you can sometimes turn your screwdriver a little bit sideways. If you turn your screwdriver a little bit sideways, it gives you kind of a bit of an angle, you might say. Look at that, I can still turn the screw even on an angle. It gives me more ability to get my screwdriver into the location that I'm trying to get it into. Okay, that one's nice and tight. Get that last screw we dropped on the floor. I'm gonna have to move this over out of the way. Now I can get in here and get my last and final screw in place. Got that one snugged up. That one snugged up. Got that one snugged up. And our top is snugged up as well. Now, our mirror is actually installed. You can see, and what we've got now is that basically we've got the base plate attached to the wall with those butterfly anchors, and then now we can pull on this and we know that that is good and tight. There you go. So we have officially installed got that one snugged up, and our top is snugged up as well. Now, our mirror is actually installed. You can see, and what we've got now is that basically we've got the base plate attached to the wall with those butterfly anchors, and then now we can pull on this and we know that that is good and tight. There you go. So we have officially installed is actually installed. You can see, and what we've got now is that basically we've got the base plate attached to the wall with those butterfly anchors, and then now we can pull on this and we know that that is good and tight. There you go. So we have officially installed